Welcome to Rockwell Automation Cybersecurity Learning Series. My name is Corey Frank, and I'm pleased to be here with two of the titans in the world of cybersecurity. We have Brian Deacon and we have Camille Karmali. So welcome. You can see that the team at Rockwell Automation is not your typical couple of guys in a shingle and let's put up a cybersecurity practice, correct?
That is correct. And we're no longer an incubator business. We have matured over the course of a decade to naturally evolve into bringing security as more of a thought leadership discipline into our practice. I like to start with a story. So our customers have asked us to be partners in automation and control for 100 years. We've been building manufacturing plants from the ground up with them for the last 2 decades in a world-class manner, repeatable around the globe. 10 years ago, we were helping them connect devices on the plant floor. And now we're bringing in the level of sophistication with security and security operations that they need to be successful for the next several decades.
What makes Rockwell's cybersecurity team so perfect for me, certainly in the industrial, the OT side, but even outside of the OT world?
It's the operational technology domain expertise of how a plant operates. What is the world that controls and plant engineering teams work in? Bringing that experience and knowledge about not just how to deploy automation control and then put in software systems and contextualize data, but now being able to do it in a safe and secure manner. And so we bring the industry dimension. So if we're talking to a food and beverage customer versus critical infrastructure with oil and gas or water, wastewater, we're very familiar with the operation. And so we can consult both with the IT team, with the operational technology team. We have the plant experience, the production experience, and then we also have the dimension of the security experience that's needed to layer or implement controls at any scale.
When you look at the mission of a video series like this, the cybersecurity video series from Rockwell, what is the mission of a learning program such as this?
For me, it's simple. We don't want to be the company's best kept secret. We want to make sure our customers know that we do this and we do this well, and we can deliver outcomes around securing their operations and digital transformation for them. I've had too many conversations with customers where they've said, I didn't know that you do that. I'd feel personally responsible if my customer experienced an attack and I didn't have that conversation. So the urgency to do this is more than ever. It's extreme given the world that we live in today. But given the capabilities we have, I'd walk in with full confidence to any one of our customers and talk about the breadth and the depth of what we deliver and the outcomes that ultimately can be achieved.
It sounds like it truly is unmatched to have a team with this level of domain expertise with all the different SICs and technical verticals, product verticals that you were talking about, Camille. When you look at the purpose of a video series like this, what do you hope to teach a guy like me, a sales guy? I know a little bit about cybersecurity, just enough to be dangerous, but man, I wish I knew more.
I would say we want our sellers to feel comfortable. We want to be transparent that it is a little bit of a difficult conversation, but the best way to learn is to learn by doing. And so what we're hoping to do today are break down these barriers or feelings of, I can't have the conversation, I don't have enough experience, I don't understand the terminology. So we're trying to give people these bite-sized chunks of, how do I hear the conversation? What should be my response? What is a framework versus a standard? How do I even engage with a C-level persona that I might feel requires all the answers from me? And by the way, you don't have to have all the answers. We have support teams and people with the domain expertise that can help facilitate those conversations. But to get in the door, to have the conversation way more often, to feel comfortable that the genealogy now is you have to include security as a base level part of those sales conversations every day. And we're proud. We're proud of the work that we did. It's not just 200 people overnight. We've spent money and investment on acquisitions. We're building our first center of excellence for cybersecurity in Tel Aviv and Israel, and we hope to replicate that. We'll have converged support centers around the world, which are unmatched in automation and in OT as a manufacturer, to give our customers the ability to drive the outcomes that Brian said.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you'd mentioned you like stories. So let's finish this particular segment of this video with some stories. Right, Rockwell has very deep relationships all over the world, certainly in its experience in OT and industrial controls and solutions. Do you have any scenarios or situations where, I used Rockwell for the OT side for a long time. I started using them for the cybersecurity program, and look at the results.
I mean, I would answer the question in a couple of different ways. I would say we have our traditional customer base that we have established market share, and they've been doing business with us for several decades. And we continue to gain share by driving a repeatable global standard around consultative services, right? Cybersecurity being one of those. Safety is another one, for example. Digital transformation consulting is another one. And so we take the security expertise and we demonstrate that we're not leaving their side, right? These are some of the big names in food and beverage or consumer packaged goods, where we're looking at 20, 30, 100 manufacturing facilities around the globe, providing service level, world-class response times, monitoring networks in real time around the clock, 24/7, looking at the compute infrastructure and the data security. Then there's customers in areas where we don't have market share, such as parts of Europe or Asia, where our first opportunity in to gain market share was purely by cybersecurity. Because we acquired the right companies, we had the right level of domain expertise, we brought on several hundred professionals that knew how to talk the talk, how to walk the walk, right? And then we've got regions around the world where we lead with services and solutions, but customers want us to think security first, and so that's our approach. I think there's many different ways customers look at us, but those are some examples.
Well, very noble product and very timely today too. So you have these trusted relationships built over these years, over 100 years with Rockwell in the space, and now you have that advantage, that opportunity to introduce them to a whole other deeper level of trust with cybersecurity.
I think Brian and I joke around sometimes that today, let's say there's 3,000 solutions out there around cybersecurity, whether it's hardware, platform, software. By the end of this Friday, there'll be another 34 companies that want to do something innovative.
Sure.
What makes us stick is the fact that we're wrapping around services around it.
Yep.
We're not walking away from the technology. We pick the world-class partners and technologies that we want to deploy, that we want to implement. And the life cycle of the majority of our customers are used to making investments where things last 10 years, 20 years, right? The IT world is very different. Every 3 to 5 years, you have a change of life cycle that you have to take care of. And so that's what we have to do, is we have to manage the cybersecurity life cycle investments as well.
Well, what a great start, a great primer to understand exactly what the cybersecurity team here at Rockwell can do. Where can I learn more?
A couple different places. We always recommend going to Seismic, but I want to make a point to say learn by doing is absolutely critical. So we have lots of tools. The intent of these videos is to simplify the learning, learn the terminology, feel comfortable with the conversation. But I had no background in this space. I
Really?
just one day, 7 years ago, decided to just go do it. Have the conversations. It's okay to fail, right? It's okay to fail at it and learn over time. So you got to learn by doing, and that would be one strong recommendation I have.
You got to start somewhere. You got to just have a conversation. There's lots of places you can get help, but we have sales specialists, business development leads, solution consultants who are in this business. They live in this business every day. They're the ones who have the tough conversations with the customer and support the outcomes in the end, and they help develop those outcomes. So lots of places to go for help, and just get started.
Yeah.
It's a snowball effect. You'll pick it up.
Well, thank you for putting together and organizing this video series. This is the first of many, so you'll see a lot of Brian and Camille down the road. So until next time.